So recording has started. Nining Jo Jolie. Uh, and Jacqueline Kang of God, man show me out. Chaka Leb Acholi, segment meeting Abicel Okeny. It seems as if my connection is not so great. Okeny is frozen. I'm gonna try to put him back on stage and see what happens. Segment Martino Nongo, Wamiro Nikina. Wa explore Lomingo, Aloka Matia Time Gang, Wile camp Guinea refugee camp Guinea Matie in neighboring countries like Uganda, Sudan, Kenya, Ethiopia, but mostly Uganda because one waberi refugee camp young kiria dong wacha gi kiku ko wachere kiria dongo waberi ko wonya news mo ni gam wati atime gam kuja lakin we're not so sure why these things are happening. No matter what being Uganda birgatere refugees kinima drawn from different countries, including different types of Sudanese from different backgrounds. Donc, my young one chirani, Polek, ogi keep one Polek from the same tribe where they camp kachel. Lakin manong dano rube madrong Polek, yala dano binagi different countries bene American in the refugee camps. So now violence is increasing. Uh, Pinti Aloha. I think it's a great topic. Okeny brought up this topic, and I think it's a great topic to explore because down to Magite going through these challenges. Connection at back at Co. I hope you guys can see me, and I hope you guys can see Okeny. Okeny, I'm going to turn it over to you. You can introduce yourself. Can you touch on topic any about Allah mi gang ngoti a team of refugee camp Guinea gang kuja iwinya and how do you think the issue will be resolved?
Thank you, Julie. Like you said, connection might teach a lot, right? So
Yeah.
hopefully down there when you want your getting in.
Mm.
Anyway, yeah, topic it teach fair attack because for one more being a lie and you want being a on and when what better refugee camp come, what put it what being on you want yet in a process. Kida tia when you look chamo at got yet in a kuyani. Atamani car more young what better came pad the car yang mo bino o chaka gen mo ogi ngomo romo yala ko bino kidgum kidgum wa bino bayale en wa biro ke dongo refugee camp atamone nini waja mena polo no achuli ken the road merti kinwala ken no genok so ka rana ne danger mo no pay chal kilane la ke go ano go no ano atiri you go money but I remember clearly from Kidgum to Kedongo down to would you war no to would you war I remember boys more ka kogi when you radio tia kok la nam come on get your kari cha ne 3 a.m. You war get your yeah man what ye kid gumila dana mi ogana gini gibino ga go gana igo a dungu wala kono lo kembe ngo yuo yala dana kira ka miel yuo mga if I remember clearly gimo no jo team e pay ka so got here when you know lately last year or this few years especially ke don ka wa bere ene I when you need polo ro kala dungi ni kuya diang ni tie dana mi da fo tie Arabs me tie, juma bino ki Congo tie, juma bino ki Kenya tie. Even I think maybe one this more many kine tie go Kenya, but so loro ko mere gini wa duong no. So atamane aronyi mo bela timon lakin pola nio, lo tima aronyi ni pola en dano to am odiang gini. Joni nio, kwa tu ga we miro ma ga na we miro no go da nyo mine so abi winyo en joni woro gi wo ka gi no yo gi go panyo gari ko mi ngongo ge Atamo never, maybe last year or this year, I think I never on my chair nyareo. I cannot confirm it, but I knew never done a camp with you. Again, Paula and your boys are what you warn. And Paula and Diang. Gigina, you go top, Quanyagari, Kumiga, getting okay. I pay you on more and a better reality. Nia, Kumbe, Kirwatia, Lokoe, nilo muony mara nyo police tie yuoro mene yuoro en gi tie alego joni mene in mene ko nungi gi wo en ng'eyo wo gi wuoro te buch nyo ing'eyo gi abe gi muony Uganda ne en yen ko in yen pe chal etwa kuja ka South Sudan ka go lukuomo gi nungi nyo police lo twela gi chene gi ne gi mene yala lo mene ko na andegi da Uganda Kenya nyo komberen awinyo ne en wuoro gi wo lo muonye gi police wuoro gi wo ko wi mege me te ye gimoro timo chal goro mine ko impe so atamo ne munda the most current development what in yeah lakin would you wo nyo logme violence duong a camp pat kira waje kire pat kira wa bero kire so dano yi woro amira yi go konge yala ki woro yi wo chal pi wor men in keni nyo chal for example ka pin no la wa chol I don't know how long ching to yo ching bero ku ja wang cha ri ka pin no chol chal ka mira go ki wo so tamo ni po jo bi ke em kenya wan pole dana ma gina juagi tiaringo talko giti alu better in a harm's way. I can't man a car any juagri a camen or geno gimiratimo reni. So muna tia tawane car to one a car any dano any guinea what the any two giti in the marriage in a go dano ne go dano in satamone yeah, kumbiri dana me luoro wo di wo
Okay, it's a good topic, and it's strange that the violence the high refugee camp. Dano ringo gi gang tugi me yen your safe haven. Makindo giti a ringo, ibino ka chiel, kamo mamiro very safe, it give go again or kiri social protection mechanisms in place. Lakin, dogotogi la violence. Abir ka tamni ngod what is the issue? Anto my young and ngatio TJU and kuyane. Obir ka wunya mapol ni host countries ginongo funding. I'm assuming sufficient funding. Mi konya again mi go refugee gang tugi. Me a program swang, me a security, me a chum ngong. One of those top refugee host countries in Eastern Africa is Uganda. And I told me 1 minute more bit my lunch from Kitgum to Kiradongo. But maybe it's not too long because from 1988, 89 to 1992, 1993. But still, Ghana went to us, maybe what you know. But one in violence, my doom. So I better explore more these days. More money, violence increasing. Pingo Okoma me Uganda twero kinako. Twero me safety ko bodano. My Ghana went in place. At least we assume that Ghana went in place, no? And then in Ningo, this human rights official page more in Ochone refugee total mati Uganda kumchani over 2.2 million polo. This is as of 2025, by the United Nations Human Rights Commission. Lakini, while Jungi ratify a lot of these treaties, we protect refugee. And then an article in Okeny, let me see if I can scroll down. Ni, knock, which contradicts what I used to believe and what they used to tell us. Let me scroll down. Kong what joining or channel D. Ni underfunding do in at the bottom. Kan you had D mal get to an screen kan. Operation is underfunded. Okay, this is according to the United Nations Human Rights Commission. There was somewhere where it says what? Is it like $5 per family or something like that? I mean, it's a long article. Here it is. It says here, report states that without proper funding, the organization will only be able to provide assistance of $5 per month to each refugee, down from $16 per month compared to previous years, which is already difficult or a difficult situation. So you see how funding and another reason why is, remember now, Donald Trump, once he took office, his administration they stopped USAID or USAID, right? It dismantled organization. Funding money pay special bilateral funding to these countries to serve programs such as money, refugee, hosting, or even protection. So again, any funding don't reduced major donors no be the United States go was still been a geopolitical strategy to be the number one country contributing the most globally make on certain programs where it have that leverage. Like getting on a drop from $16 a month in to $5 a month. So okay, never down okay. Dana no get down you giddy wo. Meloin Kuala Cool. So they're not even they're struggling. Be not opposed my group chat to a Parliament, me Uganda, get here discussing, can we offer more security to these refugee camps in Uganda? It's getting out of hand. And I don't know if they're able to match the funding in per refugee family per month. Okay, this is the new challenge. Refugee take it in. Not only that, Uganda are hosting refugees from different countries. So all these people have to get along. They have different cultural beliefs and backgrounds and different challenges and different struggles and different traumas. They have to come together and coexist and live together now in one camp. I wonder how that will impact. Actually, to ama porigi dongi tie kuya giduong mana porigi tie giduong ikam kuya gini, and how does this really affect them? I wonder if people are not considering maybe bidding camp permanently is not a solution. Maybe I see met a lot of people get teacher will mom gini boyala gero gang will ngonga will dog gang. But I don't think bidding refugee camp should be a permanent solution. Even though kachira don't pay, if there's some type of pathway to have the refugees integrate into the population of Uganda or the host country where they don't, or me give funding and some type of program to receive some type of documents, right? Me biddo in the host country, okay? What are you thinking? Since now challenge here, funding a lot to $5. What if it even gets worse than that? Dano get ya kwala cool, get war, go dano, go talk dano, you channel. Chirakona laji mo matina tin min non konya ko pien pol dan man no be refugee camp dana to puri gi nyal gi mero wel to gi karbi di on matiri chen matiri economy ti ma right kad bene we the refugee camp kuja. So I guess it seems like dana don't, especially the younger generation refugee camp which are resorting to violence. What do you think will happen? Okay, now that funding countries get all of funding you need to they want to focus internally to support their own citizens in Gangtugi.
No, funny where dog pin pian gina. Inge kiri wajan Donald Trump kwayam konya Africa gilo mo chene mo ikan. Kai ire payment dollar chene mo Australia Africa pay. So munu down ngi ma be. Giaraje joena kirani na waje kere joagi ti kem ko no wi pat. One man what ti kem me what binorie o mi ngom pe ini chako pu pira nyugi gina dul yara yo pero moranga kurungo te kabi tu ga wen tie kere karini diko again ratio lo mione romo pien one mero gi ga mo atie gina na kapu na joanye ne I don't think gin kid me chalo diang kari we Sudan kuja ingeo gina ko. Lo mi pu ingeo ko. So joati joang gitu at better ke gi camp kuja again and the reason why I put gi camp me. Magino mi gino settlement core if you remember. Ngompero mi basically is like I guess it's permanent, but it's not really permanent. So they kind of own the land, or they're able to just cultivate the land as long as they're in Uganda. So I think that's the reason why Paula Chuli put Mogitie and a camp. Yen gain resettlement. Kinyo Kimipu. Yeah. Tiene Ramoko, you give me a government me ratio moko. Tien game mu jo gi beru ku mo like. Giti ngom tugi. The only reason why I give move ko tie munu ki permanent ngom tugi yala giti a pu wie gino mo chom gi. So ata mane jo nyini gina gi ngeo gimo pol gimo iket ko pien gi tugi gibino nyien omi ngom yala background tugi chal payment and me actually wengi ngeo ni irga bi pu chamoko. Yeah. Jona gibino nyien wang'eyo ko gibino gi kany. Ginyangi yangi bedo ka gibino gi yene wala mujo yango no wuro ka penyo cham kure go yo nyemera ge wel chama wela pola chulo ge wela cham ko kirang'eyo ko. Unless of course ki ti yale boyale ni ti tam mo apart no ichero nyim jumi kem yang ng'eyo ke yang wa wela ngo ringo ja mo wela motar kado sugar, most simple stuff that you cannot produce on your own. As far as gamo and when gwena ini wila meneko, community apero gwena pe. Wapeno ameri kuno digi wala kuno giani but muno en kira ni chiwelo kilo pe yo gi ko mero chamo ringo. Like in vegetable or garden when what take. So atamane that's the reason why Betty came carton or the bear pien it will supplement give our government tia mi nene iti gi per mo meningere so u beru ate akene kare gitia ko en $5 yo en kono gi chero katimo leje ami mene ko kono gi timo leje ko carton yang itu ra chira ka ti gina polo lungo wilo lungo ni gina e charo ni chira charo ka ti so charo ne mu e chira ti juro gana mo e chira go ka kono manga nyo kono ka do jo kono ngora miri be cholo ri gi mo go gi chom nyo go gi gina chile mo ati lakin down go timo gane waje chira charo down mo gi chira maybe for 2 weeks 3 weeks iki better with the tio ka gibi duo one karto ana watia te uono tien better yo no pe nyo ko kira kwalo gapa dana ne pe no ni pu o mi ngompe ni pu attack e pero family pe ki do ngi gana mo no chwara ria de mu chara no ni no ina chena pe wala chabun muna tamo kire down better ke nyo kira cholo polo gi better ke so in 2026 angyo economy raji wi logo kene pe America ingolo gaweng so mera down te wi so tamo Jamaican that's why I guess boys gonna get done ka ko ni go down gi wo violence ti amere yeah kagina economy chene pe chompe yeah dana gina kelo kindana yeah
on joint article kanye dong refugee camps kin mati kuja giti overpopulated space pe okay wagang kwan wenga pongo they have like some of the camps have like maybe 1 or 2 public like say primary school secondary school giponga kadong yala If you want Latin better to go gang kwan mere chokon private school or something. Chene pay $5 money te money ni ka gang kwan ponga. Yala mi chira do gang kwan mere yen gang kwan mama bo. Gede kem will part gede kem can with Latino chira gang kwan. Uh, so that's also creating challenge. So that pull down on get no gang kwan ko you know how mo yang wa tea camp ko you one farming in the morning before what gang kwan you in the evening after gang kwan. And you don't buy force because chulugang kwan tech chana not yel gang kwan ma dong okuma mia for free kono public school you're subsidized kumunune obongina hawang. That's another issue. So now down on peggy education gipong on top of each other on one on tiro structural challenge structural violence pn no before they're supposed to be able to provide those kind of services okay, education, security, manong twerko, dano pong too much. You would think because upon these camps upon, you more refugees ko. But they're not stopping Johnny from taking more refugees, okay? Upon lo kwanya dano kono Norway, Afghanistan, different African countries, different European or Middle Eastern, countries as well. Gin weng opero gin ka chill. Space on pere. So don't get your gore. Misunderstanding, no education, cultural differences, so barriers in language. Going on top, can you? I don't know. For Chuli people, I think what bit of carrying a gang, what do chin guinea camp, what a gang, one gang situation of Rajikan to our don't give very camp. Namo, what your family members more, remember more what you work or what you recommend. Nay, get your gang, get your connoissance to them, get your juba. Okay, you can't survive. I want to know I'm going to ni chirugang itig mudugu. And me lo kwalo ko lo rob in attacking jam mo again lo gidi wo wele ngom mi be gimu dugu. Chene pay champe dano ngi go to survive. So ni twara ngi daga camp. Family member or daga hagina you pala back refugee camp.
Kamina wajan. Awana odiang toane gini dami South Sudan. Jone gigene giworo giwone. Pien gin gignio en gene ka kwala dana nyune go dana kiring okero. Yo waji gi blame ni kono rebel obino rebel kwala ginio meneko lo kuo kwala ginio ngotime so guru gatire motugiron. So that's why I came here Bale or at least Kiadongo Bale Anoke Pien Pigeon. Yeah. It sounds around Gitimo Guinea Mary Tech. Namo not Timo Gimo Paycom. Yeah, Gilui. You get to earn chill police, you never police guy getting up So policemen and luo. Yeah. So at least Uganda Lumuni Gino kid with deal get down. My wife gino bag, you never junico. So that's why we join in a tech or not. Kono never get me you wore a moon kiro a came to ya. Choko gino wank or again tata, they again you karuma queer like Gopala gitio career. Do
you remember a family member too? I'm more young like well, it wasn't even in a refugee camp, but in Uganda. Obinero watin bonong ngamonero latini. I forgot nga.
Iwaje gana. No, Nero Chilo.
Not Jerry.
Okay.
Uganda kuja jari di Uganda like yo chiro yo ganga uncle gi kuja kana pass Kampala manok. Obinero actually to anemo. Like
no, iko nego ini yo most likely lo mero kwalo no like look me bo that bad. So sometimes chalga lo mero kwalo let's say tiga rabia. Ko gi chumini yo. Ingeo gimero chena. And your cell phone pay, go when I not be a pay you piggy gimero. So you when you take in your Ghana or when like in Gara African, I can't only me your Ghana or the payment on pay. So go get me cheering and talk like that.
Again, at two and more comedian two mommy actually me northern Uganda, Dr. Hillary Okelo. It will no get better, show better.
No, yeah.
Oh, they rob him. Ningo, the guy take he stutter, middle Robin. So he look, cause you're dangerous. Carry stutter. Mulo neki take him dugu
Yeah.
take a pala.
Gia waje
La
kita kwan.
John, you pay your chain. Me give me your money. Now you man, don't get what you're doing. I'm here. You're quite a wallet of me. We're up on the end. I mean, it was a joke. It's funny. Like, it's the reality. Huh? And then again, they have nothing to lose. Nobody give more pay magi chama kono for how long? Kagi no ini take a wallet, will it naturally take a mall. God took a king. They don't care.
No, kamoy kene ni lobo kala kuo mero kwala gi pe mo ino ngi mia kini luo pe kwa pe. Lakin cha mo ko chala ka se in kai pe gi moro mi dong gi dollar bi. Nye iti pigi pe mo poi i waro gina waro jo bank mero chene. Nyara bia it gina ideno pa ngan mo ni okay iring ke ira wele mana ka iwe ko be kwala bia ne kero to lok so ino mi che ye mi arabia ko tiene ni arabia ni pe ko yara lo bi ti no mutu so ta bini ko ndane no so
don't get him and ini nga to surviving on $5 a month kid take family kong it him and ini ibu lo ngo ibu nga
no na waje gina wanyang wa pu ngom to the reason why lu ke dong refugee or a resettlement camp in one way get resettled one mi ngom to so in ko mi watan pe mo enong kapul inya kira wani na waja chuli kai ni bi pu chamuko yeah so jura ko mere gin pole chuli ko mere gin lakin pole gin ngeo ko kin me
man dong gitia complaining any warga in mino chani nga ngom dong pe mia kumarong mia ngom ko ngom wengo tumoro molo mia mi gena mi ko lakin juma bino gimo pe mia ngom dong pe mia so you can maintain family per mi guna grow kono ngom per me pira family per ngom tumoro do kumarong mia ngom ko
yeah gidwong well madam mere mara ko chal kaya mi watan rudan no yang wa nok kuri so lo mi rio ko ngom wa like so now can you do me chal ente out pe chal ken no to yang
okay
one
ma bene not to cut you off now don't get citizens me Uganda a deal Ugandans skinny they're pushing back against refugees pagi mira no kill again kagi neno gini jojara ningo feeling of xenophobia chaka bino bod Ugandans give me a refugee ko pole South Sudanese give me a one ko give me a kuman ko gamwana dwak one chin pagi mira nen one yo yala kagi neno dia mo magiti a flossing dong gi bino gi gang ko ja no gi tiene tigu did well parents go take kiene gi renting unit kono for 2 years cash up front gi we like Arabia nyira wang no mirga especially Ugandan girls. So, need to feel xenophobia to bino against not just not gonna refugees, but also especially South Sudanese PN. Gitamni South Sudanese wonder what you chene. You what turi, what log in bene. Can you imagine?
no ginime again odiang mere pena kwere kwingila kin gina gitia timo gane wen yeah bi ma kiro kere Uganda ne anyaka mo wajira ni gin jo bu kumbi chon munu ngati chene so gini kid jona yeah niga nga bu kumbi chon munu ngati chene ane so gilibo jona mana so yeah boy cho go ge kwero sa Sudanese but mon gi mera pien gin gi game ga gi kumbi chene ni awel gara bia la panga gi od no te
yeah, so jealousy tie gi cha attacking joto okay pole
no tie en gara jirong my one leader to aro tie I don't know how to put this in a nice way. I want you to let so that way you win your call. Salva ke tie eno tie chal like raw ete M7. So koi gane tia team and gimo atimo pe. luoro nyere yala nyere mene konya en very power yang tegi lo monji bi I mean kone rebel gi bino wala ngone nyere chwala UPDF munu en Uganda People Defense Force le chwala gini South Sudan iki chelo mere kono white what is it white army kono lungo gini ngani Ginego juni tap kono SPLA in IO ne ginego juni kagi dugo kare Salva Kiir cholo gin millions of dollars yeah so kailo tia nego South Sudanese nego tia lo Uganda tia kele wigine one leader to amo chungu piloki ko pien gena miro Uganda gena konyo gen kwa yeah well especially president gimo atine what president to ane pe then go on one phone call Uganda yeah we young atin pa and M7 tia bragging nigga nego luogi South Sudanese you know nigga nego jonya bueno yeah pien muno no kare en mariak gina giti alwenye ko yala en white army ningi munu pien army pa gina ne mariak you lota dera gi kelo komene gen army yeah atin pa mo 7 tia waga ningi nego jonya yal bueno yeah gina ko ma pien gina Uganda ti gina Witi helicopter gi ngo gi yara gin ngio kin mi mon ken gin discipline mo ti at no yeah it was pida ne ma jump in a pay so you like nigi
yeah
you were me ti lo du ko
because the two and more been a one time he made them join army pien champe lotia recruiting game wagi chill one against IO
no
pien champe ne no he said he's willing whatever he can find okay me okay mo dugu chinge pien miro jump ma chama no be you know so ichiro gi mudugu ma gi chaka dong ya kadana ko ka champe salary pay ne e ya kadana do pien ti gi mudugu chinge
and a video mo and gitia loin kere and no Upper Nile this is not recently video not to YouTube so basically lo monyi en gitiga loin gane na getimo giworo ginego le gini yo gimudu so gitoko roda go so yeah ke nego gen so gemo pe so giboro gitia loin la ke giworo ginego le yala ikero le
ma chom do to chamanga remember minister charinga mo wane wun kake tie wan mo wati mo ngike wachamo le mo ke kene ni wunu chak chamo kwa guogi wengu chama okay this is something government what you put that
gine ko ma ora gini aduong gi choko itero ke gi
nigi chamo ga mo iken ni wanu kake je podirwa sa Sudan muno gi chak chamo guog timo gi moko ucham
no le what duong gi le gini keren pe cham guog ma laken kid le mo iken ti gi to ne na yeah so juni garage ginjal gi komgire kono mere ke matchak pole ken so that's why komgi gak bela lakin ka no ni ki cham kom cham mi kom nyogi no ni pero be yeah
ginye lakin lep to aba PNB magilonya na olwanya South Equatoria pole pa jog ke kuja yo to rit ke kuja ginye la ba chulita gimi catch an off guard dog ti kuja gi chalo gira ke la ba chela wulu turu
no but
getting catch you off guard
no inyo Leb Acholi na lep pa juni urube gi lebe cha rare kamom words mo warum pronunciation are different yeah you know odiang lep tu
no, I mean fully you look fully pa jog actually to me because yangi serve get actually to agini
no it's possible
yeah, it's possible. So give up a poo code Johnny. Getting a lot of left to the chocolate to a bene.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, so it seems like I don't again. China pay teach pay. They resort to violence. Kono Gangtua will a refugee camp, the host country Molo Tamani Timo, one of the top performing countries in East Africa or East African community. Hori challenge to get and now come China ngoni top donating countries gave do chingi. They not give me a channel and they don't want to match it or even increase give to give about okay. Give me a bean bilateral from another country, well from the UN. But give me a get married to. They're already offering tugi and protection. So they don't want to give anything extra. No, or got to $5 a month. Kuna dana kwani. I think things will just get worse unless kadana child dog to right. Maybe that's what they want. When things get so bad, get your dog to kadim violence, get on your moon, getting a mudugi chingi, gilwanya to death. Go. What do you think?
No, I mean, South Sudan no tia loga. I can gara je elo to ame leader no. No, South Sudan chere no tie no ti. Jana to e jago yinu ti. Like me Africa ti pe. Lakin because South Sudan is a new country, so gimoy ken me timo tiro opportunity mi no ti no nyen no. Ki kari tia charo muchomo yo munu business. Pero yango no mo pe. Ki tie gonna jara bomi. No, munu business. No, Guinea pe. Nyo itia dwa border. Tiro business. So daro no twero no ti gini yara get twero no chene. Garaje, the environment is not made for anybody to survive. It twero every what? Every 6 months, every 3 months, no more teaming. Every 6 months or every year, no more teaming. So it were focus go to mini go cooperate. So in mini gene ga bale rie e dog ni ga bale dog ni no ko tie dog ni I winyo ngore jore tie chilo dugo ke wo tie bino o ma ria wo tie bino kono two general mo ge I po ne ge mero chere lu lo so loka duong so South Sudan no Kano South Sudanese can ono gonna get here living in peace. No, get them my bad. Get what the minerals, ga wang tie, where charo ga mo when Chinese. Kari mo I can go. No mo chen I come gini. So yeah, cause South Sudan no get bora lo min neve and you lo min lo enye. No ping belaga. I can't ninyo get bora lo because so. Jeez, kaya tie no munu mera ni make home to be. Kira yang make kaya dong camera gang to ano. So Johnny mera ke tamne munu. Kaya ke pe tamne munu. Ke dagar mo South Sudan. Aya la dog ke is facing no challenge and go meta. Yo go ke bidu mari ni wata waring back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, waring what do
So again, gokimera ke team kiye ko da we ginyo ni an ka ba be da be ka in be no nyini gimo logo bi no an so an mera be da be yo kari no pa do ni tum ko kirin
Okay. Well, it's a great topic. Okay, appreciate it. Acholi community, what do you think about the topic? Please make sure to like, comment, engage, leave a message under this video. Gonna the challenge with violence, but increasing refugee camp globally, regionally, and also more specifically, kamachuli to a ye excuse noise me street bar ambulance tia jero down tia Uganda refugee camp gini chakira dongo genganga gini palabek violence still increasing in Mandong Okuma using funding ma international community any get do pain. What do you think ngari dong ma watwere team na solution ngani Mr. Staining Dano should Dano take up arms should Dano in I guess join the initiative Migwal Jumati camp. I think there's certain programs where the host country, together with the UN, they're giving ownership to the refugees to protect themselves within the camp itself. By joining some type of social protection security program or something like that, taking ownership of it and integrating into, I guess you can say, the development of these people in the settlement camps. Lakin I don't think it's going to be enough. Kachena ne put a mere $5. They can ngomero pong hongi to ara sustaining ko teach pere. Kari timo bore la kwala bore la go to violence nick nga dan chere sige stories it duong o timo bod dad to our team about my son's grandfather ge one and ge dan ma duong tigi stories about ngama timi gini boyale wele some type of camp Uganda or even neighboring countries. What do you think the solution should be? Should Dana go back home like in gang me pay safe? Get him on tagi dog gang. Dana me giti ka nego Dana kuja. Go talk Dana kwala ko. It's no longer just the Toronto boys. Local kids, me village have been get go talk Dana. Penti Maraj in that whole region, Penti Maraj. What should the solution be? We bought comments too. Let us know. Please like, comment, engage with the platform. Follow us on YouTube. We are on YouTube as Chaka Leb Acholi. We are also on Facebook as Chaka Leb Acholi, and I also post this on Chaka Kang South Sudan. So this is segment number what? I think it's 13, well, 14 now, with Okeny. Abicel go Okeny. Okay, any last thoughts before we end? My Gana is about to die.
No, nothing really. Just down there, guy, you worry, war, man, go come. You keep bora ni ti gimo ti valuable ko ga mo chungni yo no li mero ni mi gana wen pe e kind of ni ko ni go so I think it's best you just preserve your life than gami to no again.
Okay, apoio. Okay, Acholi community, apoio. Chaka family, apoio. Please like, comment, share. Have a good night. Until next time. Thank you, King. Good night.
Right,
Bye.